just calling to say I...
If you want to see more PvP content, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you will be informed of any time I release new content or go live on YouTube streaming. Thank you guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. What's up guys, Rage Quitting here, back with another video guide for you guys. This time we're going to do the Immortal Juggernaut Defense Guardian guide. Forgive my voice, I'm a little sick today, but I'm going to go ahead and try to get through this guide anyway. Let's get right into the talents here. In the level 23 row, I like to take Targeted Assault. Aegis Assault deals 50% more damage to taunted targets. I tested this versus Taunting Strike on the Warzone dummy with the parser open, and Targeted Assault consistently did more damage than the Taunting Strike one. Taunting Strike, I was getting like 22,000 total damage with just Aegis Assault, but that was like once every 4 tries or so. Like you have to get kind of lucky with the crits on it to get that much damage, whereas Targeted Assault consistently did that same amount of damage every time you taunt the target. Okay, we're gonna go up here. Sweeping Slash, I like to use this in regular Warzone. So far it's just another damaging ability you have to, you know, do a lot of AoE damage over and over, and also you're putting the trauma debuff on everything that you hit, so that's always nice for team fighting. Okay, so Sweeping Slash here. Moving up in the 39 row, Crushing Mark. Crushing Blow deals 50% more damage to taunted targets. The 50% more damage is very noticeable. You go from doing like 36k crits to upwards of 60k crits with this here, so Crushing Mark. Moving up to the 43 row, I like to take Reckoning. Getting a lower cooldown on Intercede, and then also having your next melee ability do 20% more damage is really nice. 51 row here, we're going to take Warmonger. Getting attack reduce the active cooldown of Force Charge. This is just so that whenever you need to Force Charge, you pretty much always have it available when you need it, or at least close to, because of the cooldown that you get from it. So I like to take Warmonger. Plus, it synergizes very well with War Master up here. Force Charge grants Unstoppable, granting immunity to movement impairing effects that push or pull you around for 4 seconds, and Force Charge enables your next Vicious Throw or Hew to be used against a target with any percentage of health. Okay, so every time you leap in, you get a free Execute that you can throw out immediately. Okay, it's just more damage. In the 68 row here, this is really up to you. I've been using Saber Reflect more recently because it's just nice to have that extra defensive ability. Not that you really need extra abilities, extra defensives, because you already have a good amount being an Immortal Juggernaut Defense Guardian, but just having one more that also reflects damage back is pretty nice. So we like to use Saber Reflect here. Through Passion, reduce the cooldown of Enraged Defense by 30 seconds is the last one that I take up here, mostly just because Enraged Defense is like your best cooldown when you're trying to recover some HP, and having a lower cooldown on that just lets you use it more often and makes you harder to kill. Alright guys, going into the gear here. The reason why they call, well actually I don't know why they call it Skank Tank, but the term Skank Tank has been a term for a while in Star Wars. So what that is someone who is spec'd as a tank but still has all DPS gear. So the gear here is all DPS except for the shield in the offhand. So reason why you want the shield in the offhand is because your passive absorb chance and shield chance go up significantly when you're equipping a shield. Let me go ahead and put the focus on right here. So with the focus, 0 shield chance, 0 absorption, 8% defense chance, and then when I put this on, 10% defense chance, 24% shield, 22% shield absorb. So this just makes you more durable. And then also when you're playing as a tank, although you're wearing all DPS gear, you still want to act as a tank. So you want to be guarding people, you want to be taunting, and you want to be disrupting the enemy team as much as you can. So you need this shield to stay alive longer so that you can be an annoying PvP god. Okay, so for the gear here, you also don't need any accuracy because passively when you spec into tank, you get 110% accuracy. So the gear does not need to have accuracy at all. You just need to get up past that alacrity threshold of 7.14% and then throw the rest of it into crit. So that's what I did here. The implants that we were using, Fearless Victor's package, like I said, we're still using DPS gear. Whenever you use a rage spending damage ability, your melee damage is increased by 10% for 10 seconds. Okay. And then also Champion's Precision package, activating Enrage, Blood Rage, or Threatening Rage, which is the one that we have as a tank, is Threatening Rage. Grants Champion's Precision, increasing your critical hit chance by 20% for 8 seconds. All right. And then in the tactical, I'm using Grit Teeth because I had it from the last patch. I haven't really done a whole lot with different tacticals for Immortal. Grit Teeth changed a little bit. It used to be lowering the cooldown of your Enrage defense, but I guess that seemed way too OP, so the devs changed it, and now it lowers the cooldown of Saber Ward, which I'm not complaining about. Okay, Saber Ward will be up more often, and it's still a really big defensive cooldown that you have. So I'm using Grit Teeth. Alright, so getting into the meat and potatoes of this video here is the rotation. So for the rotation, there's a lot of things that you need to set up in order to do the most damage that you possibly can. Most of the damage from Immortal Jug and Defense Guardian comes from being able to do a good amount of cleave damage. The single target damage is good too, don't get me wrong, but when you're seeing really high numbers from an Immortal Jug or Defense Guardian, it is because they're making use of their cleave. Okay. Your hardest hitting melee ability here is Crushing Blow, and the way that it cleaves is you do an Aegis Assault first, and then on that same target you hit them with a Crushing Blow, and then after that the Crushing Blow will then cleave anything that's surrounding that immediate target. Okay. Before we do this though, we want to make sure that we put a taunt up on the target, single target or AoE. Of course, you're going to AoE taunt instead if there's a lot of things standing around it, but if not, you can use the single target taunt instead. And then also we have this ability called Threatening Rage. As a tank, when you use Threatening Rage, it deals damage to everything that's taunted. So you kind of don't want to waste this on a single target, because it has a similar cooldown to the AoE taunt. So as often as you can possibly do it, you actually want to be AoE taunting a group and then hitting Threatening Rage right after that to do about like 20k damage to everybody standing around you if you crit with it. Excuse me. So also Crushing Blow and Aegis Assault deal more damage to taunted targets. And so this is really big cleave right here in a group, right? You jump into the middle of a group, you hit Threatening Scream, Threatening Rage, and then Aegis Assault, Crushing Blow, and you deal a whole bunch of damage to everybody. Then you can follow that up with a Smash for more AoE, and then Sweeping Strike, or Sweeping Slash spam for even more AoE after that, okay? Vicious Throw also will be procced every time you leap in for a free Vicious Throw. And because of the tactical we're using here, whenever you use a rage spending damage ability, your melee damage is increased by 10% for 10 seconds. So we want to make sure that we are spending rage first before we do a Crushing Blow. Okay, if you just leap in and Aegis Assault Crushing Blow, you're not going to get the proc from the implant until after you use the Crushing Blow. So in order to spend rage before a Crushing Blow, we're either going to get that free Vicious Throw out, or just lead with the Smash, because the Smash, it counts for that rage spender, right? Or you can just Vicious Slash or Sweeping Slash, right? As long as you're spending rage before you do the Crushing Blow, you will get additional damage with that Crushing Blow because of the tactical Fearless Victor, or the implant, I mean. Okay, so I got the dummy out right here. We're going to pretend that there's AoE to do. So we're going to do the AoE rotation here, which is, you can start with the Saber Throw if you want for some extra rage generation. Okay, so Saber Throw, Force Charge. Then we're going to Threatening Scream, AoE taunt everything. And then Threatening Rage, deal damage to everything that we just taunted. Followed by Aegis Assault, into a crushing blow, okay? And of course you can always throw your single target stuns in there if you so choose to, okay? What happens after we use a crushing blow, retaliation can be used off the global cooldown, and then we'll do a vicious throw, okay? So also threatening scream and threatening rage also do not respect the global cooldown, so you can do these abilities very quickly and keep moving along with the rotation here, okay? So we're gonna open with the smash to proc the Fearless Victors package here. So Saber Throw, Force Charge, Smash, Threatening Scream, Threatening Rage, into a Aegis Assault, Crushing Blow, Retaliation, Vicious Throw, okay? After that, you're just going to use Force Scream or Ravage, and use Vicious Slashes or Assaults if you need the Rage, you know, just as filler abilities, okay? But we'll just go into it here. So, Throw, Leap, Smash, Taunt, Rage, Aegis Assault, Crushing, Retaliation, Vicious Throw, okay? Alright guys, I just pulled up the parse here that you see on the screen now. That was from that previous rotation, but I'll do it again just so you guys can see more of the kind of damage that this can do. And the reason the reason why a lot of people say that Skank Tank is OP is because it is, okay? It's a tank spec that has extra defensive abilities. You have guard that you can throw on people so that they take way less damage, and you still have lots of CC, lots of survivability, and you taunt things so that the enemy team doesn't do as much damage, and you can guard people so that they don't take as much damage, but you still dish out a buttload of damage, okay? Like this, it really shouldn't be allowed, but it is, so here we go. I'm going to teach you how to do it. So anyway, Saber Throw, Leap In, Smash, Taunt, Rage, Aegis Assault, Crushing, Retaliation, Vicious Throw, Force Scream, Ravage. Okay. So that full rotation there took me 11 seconds to get off, and it did over 200,000 damage. Okay, that's more than half HP with, you know, by yourself as a tank, which is kind of ridiculous. Okay, and then also you can throw in the force chokes and the backhands, you know, the stuns in there if you wanted to as well. Okay, but the only downside to the rotation here is that once you've used everything, you're kind of just waiting to do it again. Okay, but the cues here that you're looking for is, you know, since we used our AoE taunt for that one, the next time Aegis Assault and Crushing Blow are available, you want to make sure you taunt them first, and then go into the same exact rotation that we just did. Okay, so example here, I'll go ahead and do the AoE rotation again, okay, and then we're just going to continue from here. Okay, so Smash, do that, Aegis, Crushing, Retaliation, Vicious Throw, Force Scream, Ravage, and then now we're kind of just waiting for our Aegis Assault and our Crushing Blow to come off cooldown, so you're just hitting whatever filler abilities you can. And once these abilities are ready, now you want a single target taunt, and then go into the Aegis Assault, Crushing Blow, Retaliation again. Okay, so here we go, taunt, Aegis Assault, Crushing Blow, Retaliation, Force Scream, Ravage, and then also if you want to, you can back up to get another charge in for that free Vicious Throw. Okay, the rotation is very simple once you know what to look for. You know, your main abilities here that do all the damage, especially if you hit the same target with Aegis Assault before your Crushing Blow, then your Crushing Blow will now AoE. You want to make sure you taunt. So taunt the target first, and then go into the Aegis Assault, Crushing Blow, and it'll deal much more damage. I'll show you an example here. Without a taunt, the Crushing Blow, non-crit 22k. Let's try to get a crit in here. So I'm just hitting whatever abilities right now just to keep this dummy up. And my abilities are coming back off cooldown, so here we go. Aegis Assault, Crushing Blow, non-crit 22k. Unlucky. Let's just keep trying here for a crit. Okay, so here we go. Aegis Assault. Crushing Blow. There we go. It crit for 37k. Almost 38k. Alright, now watch what happens here if I get a crit on a taunted target. Okay, so I'm going to taunt. Do it now. Crit for 54k. So a lot more damage when you add the taunt in there. Okay, so make sure you're doing that, or else you are losing out on a whole bunch of damage. Okay. Let's do the rotation one more time. So make sure you taunt before you Aegis Assault Crushing Blow, and then follow it up with the retaliation off the GCD. Do whatever other skills are available until your main skills and your taunt is available again, and then you just do it again. Okay, rotation is very simple here. Saber Throw Leap, we'll do a single target taunt into an Aegis, into a Crushing Blow Retaliation, Vicious Throw, Force Scream Ravage. Okay, and then now you're just kind of waiting. While you're waiting here, it might be a good idea to look for some teammates to intercede to, or to throw guards on before you come back here. Taunt, Aegis Assault, Crushing Blow Retaliation, Force Scream again. Okay? But yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for the rotation part. Not all that complicated. Just get over here on the dummy and keep a lookout for your taunt and your Aegis Assault and your Crushing Blow. Okay? Alright guys, some additional tricks and tips to close out this video here. The rotation is not the hard part about playing Immortal Jug. The hard part is being a tank, okay? If you never played tank before, it's kind of hard to get out of that DPS mindset where you just target something and tunnel it down until it dies. Being a tank means you have to be more aware of what's going on around you. You need to be watching your teammates' HP, and you need to be watching whoever the heaviest hitting DPS guy is on the enemy team, and the healer, of course. Just overall overall situational awareness is very key when you're playing as a tank, because you want to be guard swapping as often as you can, right? So guard here, you know, you put it on a friendly, they take less damage, you take some of the damage for them, okay? And that's also kind of why you need the shield to be a little bit tankier, okay? Using your defensive cooldowns one at a time and trying not to overlap them, okay? A big tip here is whenever you have Endure Pain ready, you kind of want to have a med pack ready with it so that you can get more HP back when you use your med pack, because Endure Pain increases your max HP by 30%. The Warzone med pack heals you for 35% of your max HP. So you're getting more health back by doing it in a combination here. Endure Pain, med pack combo. Okay. And then going through your defenses, like I said, try to space them out as best you can when you need them. If you overlap cooldowns, that's not very good, because then you won't stay alive as long. You want to be able to spread them out so that you can outlast your opponent, right? Other things here is, yeah, be aware of things that you can crowd control to help your team with your stuns or your pushes. If you see that an enemy healer has a guard on it, for example, if you push the tank away from the healer's out of range of the guard. Even though he still has guard on him, guard has a range on it, so you can either push the healer away or push the tank away, and now you can actually deal damage bypassing the guard of that target. The single target taunts and things like that, you want to be doing it to the enemy DPS that's putting out a lot of damage, okay? Of course, you need to use taunt when you're doing your DPS rotation, but what I'm saying is pick your targets carefully so that you can actually make use of the taunt as well, right? I know there's times where you actually do want to target the healer but taunting a healer does nothing, right? Just keep things like that in mind. But it will increase your damage if you're going to do a crushing blow on that taunted healer. Okay, but yeah, if you guys have any more questions or anything like that, just leave it in the comments below, and I'll try to. Well, I do make the time to read the comments because there's not a whole bunch of them. So anyway, that's going to do it for this guide. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on another one. Peace.
I'm just calling to say I